Okay, so just testing the sound.
Testing. Hi there. Today we're going to talk about stick twirling. Stick twirling's great. You don't need any special equipment. You can just find a stick in the bush and break off the branches. It's good to have it a bit smooth, and if you're going to custom make a stick for your kid or yourself, whatever, around sternum height's pretty good, so it can be as simple as that to make it about the right height for you. Stick twirling's great. Why is stick twirling great, Beata?
Well, bilateral integration.
That's a big word.
Bilateral integration. So combining the left and right sides of the brain.
Yeah.
So any movement that involves crossing over our body creates connections between the two sides of the brain, which are necessary for all learning. So any learning that we do, we need the two sides connected. So stick twirling is an amazing activity. So have a go. What are the different ways that you can do it?
I can spin it. I can swap hands. I can twirl it over my head, behind my back. I can even write my name with a stick.
And that's a great one to do. I'm going to come over this side so the sound comes through. So writing things really big in the air is again a great way to develop body memory of numbers and letters and which way they go, right? So writing them with our finger and then writing them with a stick in the air is great.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the stick twirling. I found that my boys just picked up sticks and they just found their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
Now another thing that we can do with sticks is, I'm going to grab a stick other than the weighted one. These weighted ones are great because they're actually just perfect for twirling. They're exactly the same weight on each side and they've got a little bit of body to them, so they're much easier to twirl. But if you don't have one of these will do. Another thing that we often stop our kids from doing these days is sparring.
Playing, yeah.
Playing with sticks. See, that one's a bit too tall for me and it's got a sharp end, so I'm going to break that off. Right, so sparring.
Yeah.
So sparring is great because it involves a lot of different things. So not only are we crossing over the body, but we're also having to watch the other person and predict their movement, right? Which is great for developing social skills.
Yeah, true. We can also make it a lot safer too by getting an old tennis ball and cutting a cross in it and sticking a tennis ball on the ends of our stick, which protects the eyes. We can also wear protective glasses if we wanted to.
We could. I imagine that a lot of kids won't be up for that. So I think a tennis ball on the end is the way to go, or an old handball or something like that you don't mind losing. All right, so let's have a bit of fun with it. Oh,
and it's also too, I think, to focus on connecting the sticks rather than trying to actually connect with the other person's body for the sake of this game.
Definitely.
So where your focus is. So we're really stick clapping.
Stick clapping, that's a great one. And so develops the focus. And I'm just noticing that, there's two ways to hold the stick. And one way is easier than the other. So if you can, I'm just coming closer to the mic. And one way is easier than the other. So if you can encourage your kids to swap hands every so often, it also develops that ability of being able to use both hands for any purpose. Okay.
We can put in rhythms. We can 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Let's try 2 at the bottom too.
Okay. Now 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Oh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's swap. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and swap again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's swap hands. So 1, two.
Oh, that's
Now, can you see? I just felt that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just the amount of effort it took to swap hands. So let's do it, because you'll see that as you swap hands. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 2. Yeah, I was.
My hands are all
again.
crossed over. Yep.
Okay, swapping hands again. 1.
There you
Now
go.
2 and 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. Now 2. 2, 1, 2,
1.
2, 1. And swap hands. 1, 2. So you can see that it can be lots of fun while you're really engaging your brain, and you can literally feel, I can feel the cogs in my brain turning as I'm trying to adjust to all the different ways of doing it.
Yeah, and crossing over the body is really important for balancing, you know, our left and right hemispheres of our brain.
That's right. And another thing is that what I talked about before is vision and focus, you know, so being able to focus on the stick, but also having the wider vision of what's going on in the periphery, what's the person going to do, and predicting the movement, which is important in things like forward planning, forward thinking,
Yeah.
and a whole heap of other stuff. I won't list it all here, but great activity. So stick twirling and stick sparring, or stick tapping,
Playing with
clapping,
sticks.
playing with sticks. Great outdoor activity. Have fun with your kids, and once again, make sure that you get involved as well. Make it safe within a certain amount of boundary. Oh, one other thing we forgot to mention is just whacking things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so whacking the wheelie bin.
Whacking the
Whacking the
ground,
fence post, the ground.
cardboard box.
Yep,
My
awesome.
boys used to love whacking cardboard boxes.
So great emotional release if, you know, the kids are a bit pent up, angry, or need to express.
Yes.
Fantastic. Outside, stick, whack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Outside stick whack. Let's end on that. See you in the next one, and make sure you post down below how you've gone, your photos, ideas that you've come up with, anything just to connect and stay engaged in the space. See you in the next one.
Cheers.